Welcome to this video on Energy Information Systems, EIS, and Fault Detection and Diagnostics Systems, FDD. My name is Kevin Fish, and I'm a registered professional engineer in the state of Oregon. And the purpose of this video is to give you a brief introduction to these systems and how they can benefit your building. So, why would you use one of these systems? What value do they provide? They're designed to improve energy performance, and in the case of FDD, also building system performance in terms of better comfort, less problems with equipment. Buildings have utility bills that come monthly. Usually there's a lag to get that information, and a month of data is a big chunk of data, and it's often not granular enough and doesn't come frequently enough or soon enough in order to diagnose many energy and performance issues. So how do these systems work? What additional benefit? They provide real-time data and information. So instead of a monthly utility bill, it would provide energy information at least on an hourly basis. And then it takes the information and applies digital or computerized analytics and processing in order to determine what's working right and what is not working right. How does it compare to something you might be familiar with, like Energy Star Portfolio Manager, which is an energy benchmarking tool? Energy Star Portfolio Manager uses monthly utility bills, so the information isn't very granular. It can be quite helpful, but it won't help to diagnose some of the more subtle issues that are going on in your building. Building automation systems do provide more granular or frequent information, but they, at least historically, have not focused on energy, and they have not done the behind-the-scenes processing or analytics to help determine what's working right and what's not. So let's talk a little more about what these are. Starting with the energy information system, it's focused on energy. It acquires real-time energy data, at least hourly information, and outside air temperature, and it processes it so that you've got something that's meaningful. In this case, here's an example. We've got 2 weeks worth of energy data. I'm going to grab a cursor here, and this is showing that the energy information here is predicting that normal energy use would be in the gray band. The actual the dots here and the line are the actual energy use, and where it's below the expected or predicted, it's blue. When it's in the range, it's green, and wherever it's above, wherever the actual energy use is above predicted, it's red. So that's flagging anomalies and things that should be investigated, because here you're quite a bit higher for whatever reason than is expected. That's a very quick overview of energy information systems. Fault detection and diagnostics. So they may include an energy information system within it. They may be recording energy frequently and providing graphs like what you just saw, but they also will use the control system points, sensor values like temperatures and pressures, and commands to equipment for like fan speed and damper position and valve position. And then it will apply analytics to that information in order to figure out things such as, is a heating valve open when it's not supposed to be? It can look at temperatures and positions, commanded positions of valves, and say something's out of whack. It looks like you have a heating valve that's open. To do that job, it does require setup and some amount of learning. And these systems, they may provide estimates of how much you'll save if you address the issues that they identify. As you're considering these systems, here are some things to keep in mind. clarify your objectives. Most people that are looking into these systems are looking to reduce energy costs and or reduce facility staff time in troubleshooting issues, as well as other considerations. In terms of cost versus savings, I'll direct you to a resource shortly that can help in order to give you a sense of what the cost versus savings might be. Although these systems, if they're set up and used well, can save facility staff time, do not think that you won't need to invest time. They take some time to set up, and they take time on an ongoing basis in order to look at the information that they're providing and to decide, is this really an issue, and how are we going to address it? Some of these products are integrated in the BAS system and provided by the manufacturer of your BAS, and others are third-party overlays onto BAS systems. One's not better than the other. It's just something to keep in mind. But something to give high consideration to, I think, is how easy to set up and use is the system, and coupled with that, what level of vendor support can you expect? Talk to people that are using the systems that you're interested in. So, an alternative to using an energy information system and a path that can help you to know whether it makes sense to take the step into one of those systems is, in the short term, while you're thinking about it, spend a little more time regularly reviewing BAS screens and trends. Designate somebody to spend a few minutes a day or a little bigger chunk of time, say once a week, to digging deeper and looking into the BAS system and trying to figure out what is working well and what's not working well. Next steps, talk. First, I suggest talking to your building automation system representative or the manufacturer. Oftentimes, these manufacturers have add-on packages or the latest software may include some degree of these systems. Talk to those that are in your shoes, operating facilities that have experience with these systems. Ask how easy it was to set up and what vendor support was like. You might also talk to utility account representatives. There may be some utilities with incentive programs on these, and some account reps may be familiar with systems and can provide additional information. I mentioned earlier a resource. There's a program called Smart Energy Analytics Campaign, and there's a lot of information on the web under that name, technical information and otherwise, on these systems. Another resource is Better Buildings on Energy Management Information Systems, or EMIS. And then look online at specific products to get a feel for what the features are, what they offer. And then, as I mentioned earlier, as you're considering this, I suggest that you spend a little more time with your current BAS, using its capabilities to dig a little deeper, a little more often, and look to see what you can find without going to one of these systems. That'll give you a good basis to decide if the value is there to implement one of these systems. Thank you.